Well, the TLDR is that we're all still fired. Stay tuned for all the jokes and humor that might explain why. All right, sorry for the delay in posting this episode 2 of the ALTcast. Here we go. We've had a lot of stuff happen since the time of our recording this one. Stores opening, stores closing, the island opening, the island going back on lockdown, a hurricane, and more. So we finally have the opportunity to post this up for everybody. Hope you enjoy it.
By the way, I got to introduce you to...
What?
Japanese. Whoa.
That is Arashi, Japanese boy band, joining me for the call today.
Is this your audition tape that you're sending in? Is that what's going on?
Sure. Yeah, that's
Can I ask how a boy band got into your living room, other than the windowless van and sleeper candy that you hand out?
No, actually, I got to give a shout out to my mom because it's my mom's favorite band, and
Oh.
no, it's serious. We can take a tour around afterwards. And you can see
she'd be so proud if her son joined the band. That would make her absolutely the best.
Yeah.
My son is Arashi.
Speaking Japanese you can't just look Japanese. You have to actually speak it and sing it.
Okay.
In order to be
That's a weird thing for your mom to be proud of. Like, do you know how many panties get thrown at my son every night? Let me tell you.
You know what? I wouldn't actually, if that was the case, I would not put it past her to actually have that as a figure to brag to her friends. Like, not even kidding. Like,
every mom bragging about her son about panties.
well,
Yes.
see, that's the thing. Like, I was kind of safe with radio because nobody knew who I was, so then there wouldn't have to be that awkward, bragging point.
Yeah. Well, now everybody knows you and sees the face.
You see, you know Augie, right? Augie have gay sons, right?
Yeah, sure.
So he would always say, like, man, it'd be so cool if my son went out with like a local celebrity like Kelly Rachel.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like, went home, hey, how's it, Dad? This is Kelly Rachel, my new boyfriend.
No, okay. See, but then
would
dope,
that be?
actually.
That sounds like one of those political power plays. Like, who can I
Right.
match my kid up when that would be the smartest political match for me to gain? And
But no, see, then
Standing
my
in the
question would be, if that went down, then does that mean Kelly Reichel calls Augie dad? Because that would be like an interesting juxtaposition, because I'm pretty sure Kelly Reichel's older.
Wow.
that would be a bit that I would love to hear him do on stage.
Either way,
Augie's,
it's like,
who calls me daddy? Da-da-da-da-da.
but either way, as long as you can get those ringside tickets to, like, what is that, the Mary Monarch, bro, that's score already right there. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Funny, the first thing I thought was X1, not Mary Monarch, but sure, yeah, that's
See, now I really wish O-Dog was here, because that's got. I figure that's like those people that just have the lifetime passes for Fenway for the Red Sox and just sit there the whole time.
Yeah.
I just
That would
wonder,
be-
like, if they're like those Boston style fans at Mary Monarch every year.
You want a ticket, Dad? I got your ticket.
I would guess that.
That's not as
Kelly
good as
Reichel
last
might be
year.
on the
Like,
short
oh my
list.
god. Oh man. All right. Hey, should we start?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
Oh,
Hi,
we didn't start
everybody.
already?
No, wait. We're starting.
I like
now?
to do the soft start, and then we'll do this official
That's a
intro.
warm up. That was a warm up.
Welcome everybody to episode 2 of the ALTcast. My name is Haz-Matt. Who wants to go next?
Hi, Endo, nighttime
Hi,
guy.
Endo.
Well, former nighttime guy.
Oh, now he's going. Now he's leaving.
Oh, he just got up. He's faded off into the crowd. Yeah.
He just disappeared.
What kind of
Into the
Field of
crowd.
Dreams stuff
And
was
we
that?
got
Like,
that.
we're in the middle of the introduction.
How was the club?
All
Yeah,
right.
In the
and,
middle of
you
the
know what?
introduction, you just
let's
walk
have a
off
good
into the
night.
club to what?
We'll see you guys.
Yeah, wait.
Thanks, guys, for listening
It's
to
like,
the
shall we
second
start the
episode of
show?
Alt podcast. And we're all leaving now. All right, thanks. Good night.
To go.
Man, I hope the DJ plays your request to walk away in the middle of the set like that.
That's like
By
you
the
go-
by, Shawn and
Oh yes. Hi. John and I, my buddy over here.
Yeah.
Double down.
Come
Come on, we can get over it. We can get over it. We all can get over it.
Well, we should talk a little bit about that. The whole I want to revisit that. Do you want to do that now? Should we get into that? The idea of separating the artist from the art. Because when that picture popped up, we all started sharing memories of like, oh, it was funny when he did this or growing up or whatever. And then it's like, oh, we had no idea that he was evil. I guess this is the way to put that.
I think what it is like, I look at people like him, like one of my heroes,
Sure.
And sometimes when you heroes let you down. But in this case, he did let me down, but there's a part of me like, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be, like, I guess the funniness or whatever, or some, I don't know
the
how to
impact.
describe it. But, yeah.
Because I grew up watching Cosby Show and he did a couple of specials, and I know this is not cool to say that, oh, I laughed at him, but I'll fess up to it. His specials, like Bill Cosby himself and Bill Cosby in 1984, those live ones,
tattooed all over me.
I like when he did the whole bit about like what was it, Noah and the Ark. He's like, Noah,
this is God speaking.
This is God's like, right.
Right.
And I'll still think about the whole idea of like, anytime someone says to me, "Are you eating that trash for breakfast?" I just be like, "It's chocolate cake."
Chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake is eggs
That
and wheat
and milk. There's no pretend milk.
That is great. Feed us the chocolate cake. I used to lyric all that stuff, and obviously I still remember it. But it's really difficult, like, and jump around to pretty much anything these days. Movies, after so many actors and directors have been exposed, various, writing or whatever, and of course music. Big ones will be in something like you were mentioning R. Kelly earlier, 720, like that.
That's it's because it's like, okay, when you think about it at first, like the songs are good, then you start realizing what he was singing about, then you're like, oh God, oh man, what, oh man, and you can't play it now, but there's still hit songs. You play it secretly and you're still gonna bob your head to it, and then you're like, oh, but he was probably singing about homegirl or singing about this girl, and you're like, oh, you know, you cringe.
So are you saying that we can still enjoy it because it's good music? We just don't stream it so he doesn't get paid from it. So it's like a free pass to illegally download it. Can we still do that anymore? I don't even know if that's still a thing.
Calm down, Napster. I don't know.
Or
I'm on that live wire. Wait.
That we actually stole from the artist previously, back when we could download songs.
Oh, right.
I think is if it puts a smile on your face and you're not hurting anybody else, then I think it's cool, and the sensitive times we have,
I think it also depends on what the art actually is. Like there's certain things where it's like, maybe I'm wrong about this, but like if you go back and listen to Michael Jackson, like and you put the filter of what we know now as probably being true over the music, you're like, is Smooth Criminal really about like grooming children for a sexual relationship? I don't think so. But maybe I don't hear it. But at the same time, if you listen to like this, the remix to Ignition, you're like, there's some scandalous shit going on behind these lyrics. So I feel like it also depends on what the art is. Yeah. Like that's why it's like, okay, I know I'm not supposed to laugh at Bill Cosby, but I'll laugh at the chocolate cake observations.
Right.
It's not the, are you thirsty? Can I get you a drink? That's
right.
Or I brought you into this world, I'm gonna take you right out.
Okay, and you're right. Yeah. And okay. Wait. So if we take a little bit of like, if we're, and I would credit this to a very local culture of bocce, right, and karma, right. Do you think it puts a different lens on Bill Cosby's only son? He was killed, right? Remember, it was before all this came out, right? Wow. Do you think that like kind of what like universe balancing things out, because
Ooh.
I
there's
have a
informer.
hard time being the
Like-
arbiter of justice
Right,
and karma
but,
like
like,
that. Of
yeah,
just
I'm
being
not
like,
saying like we should like justify or say yeah that's fine one way or the other, but I'm just like pondering like, was that, now that we know what we know, does that not make sense? Like, oh, you know, there was a yin and yang that was actually happening that we didn't know about at the time.
Give
Not
and
that
take.
it's right or wrong, just
yeah,
Even.
who knows? In the mysticism of the universe, who knows?
That's like
But
that's
I
that
have
rabbit hole you're gonna start going
Yeah,
down. You know what
I have a
Like,
hard time seeing the justice
only
like
thing-
taken out on somebody else to hurt.
Oh yeah, no,
That-
you don't
that's the
wish
part
like
that I
that
don't
kind
know.
of stuff.
Yeah.
But now it's just like in like what you're saying of being able to take the broader scope of what we know now and what
Right.
reflect on what happened, and it's like, oh, interesting.
Mhm.
The only thing that we can be sure of though is that Innis pour water on the baby head, and the shampoo running in her eyes, and the baby gonna be blind for life. That's the only thing we can be sure of, actually.
Oh God!
So yes, I
Welcome
grew
to
up on
Deep
that too.
Cuts. It's
Yeah, deep
Deep
cuts, right?
cuts. Jack Handy's deep cuts.
oh man. Okay,
So-
Jack Handy. On that note, Jack Handy. The whole idea of like deep thoughts and all of
Yeah.
that was one of the basis points for just car thoughts on my show.
Oh,
When I got
okay.
to do that.
Interesting. Yeah.
There we go.
It was that, and Nick Offerman did a bit. I don't know where it is from or what it was for, but he's the guy who played Ron Swanson on Parks
Yeah,
and Rec,
right.
Right.
and he did it in that Ron Swanson demeanor,
Deadpan kind of thing.
where he
Okay.
would sit there and he read all these like weird philosophical truth type things. It would be stuff like, technically, we're all half centaur, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I thought that was hilarious. So that was like, I want to do that for the show. So I started.
Right.
That's how I came up with just car
The car
thoughts.
thoughts. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I don't know about anybody else, but like especially on a morning commute, or if you're ever out driving, like that's the time when I know you're supposed to, like, according to my high school driver's ed teacher, that's when you're supposed to be alert at all times.
Right. Yes.
But I also will, like, my mind just wanders on all that
for
stuff
sure.
so much. So let's see. I have a few. You guys want to?
Yes. Yeah. Let's
Okay.
go.
for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it. I ain't doing anything.
Do I need to do? Hold on. Do I need to do the lead up to this? It's been so long. I've actually forgotten how this goes. Hold on. We find ourselves once again meandering our way through our morning commute, and as is wont to happen, our mind starts to wander, and we have just car thoughts. Genies hate more than anything when their lamp is discovered by a lawyer. Rick Astley says never gonna tell a lie, but the Rick roll is all about trickery.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Slim Jims are the raisins of hot dogs.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
In the show, Homer Simpson got Marge pregnant in their senior year of high school when he was 18. Their oldest son, Bart, is now 10 years old. Homer Simpson is 28.
And he's got
A snooze fest and a siesta fiesta mean the same thing, but one sounds infinitely more exciting. All right, that's just a few. I haven't done this in a while. But I love those.
Nice.
Those are some of my favorites. I love doing those.
Fiesta.
A snooze fest and a siesta
Fiesta.
fiesta.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be down with that, man.
Yeah, man. And just I try and do it like I had some that were like listener submitted, some that I just found, some that I tried to write, whatever, based on stupid facts that I found. Like, okay, if everyone, I like this one, but I didn't change it into a car thought. It was just, if everyone on the earth was to compete in a global game of rock, paper, scissors, single elimination.
Okay.
Winner would only have to pay or play 32 times. That's it. I just like certain things like that I find fascinating.
Right. So basically what you're saying is we would just double everything from one person. We're doubling up to get to our total population of the Earth, whatever 8 billion.
If you're
it is,
constantly
right?
cutting it in half,
Cutting it in half. Yeah.
And
That's interesting.
That just depends on what rock paper scissors you're playing. Because depending on the rules, you know, can you include dynamite? You know, is there Jesus or God up in there?
God,
you know, God,
Lizard, and Spock.
Yeah, you know, come on, man. You know, that just depends on what rules you're playing under. You know?
See, like when I grew up, it was just straight up rock, paper, scissors, and then every now and then someone would go bomb, or they would do like cannon or something. Like I don't know, like they would do weird stuff. I don't know. I was like, this is stupid. And then one of the television shows that became a bane of my existence for so many years, Big Bang Theory came out, and then they invented all of theirs, you know,
Lizard and Spock
research paper, Spock and Lizard and all that other crap.
Kind of Caucasian rules of
paper
this.
disproves Spock.
I know, right? It's like we over here, you know, depending on junkin pool rules and Y&I versus Kahuku, bro. That's different.
One more left hook or right hook?
Uppercut.
As if I lose, you're getting one right.
Yeah, 2 cracks, better back, bully. Oh,
hope you getting serious.
So what have you guys been up to since being in quarantine? Like, have you guys been under lockdown, or have you guys been mostly, I'm essential and out doing things? What's your status?
I'm not hyper essential. Regular work still is going on. A lot of it's through emails and phone calls and stuff.
Right.
In the last maybe couple weeks, there's been some brief in-person, physically distant, mask-wearing encounters of just like, hey, here you go. Thanks, nice seeing you. Hope your family's well, kind of thing.
Right.
Otherwise everything's kind of just chill indoor. Go grocery shopping for my grandparents because I don't want them to go out unnecessarily, you know.
Right.
But that's kind of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys.
Got him, Shawn.
Me, nothing. Just staying at home. Every Sunday I go down to my friend's house in North Shore, do a live stream, stay at home, and write songs.
Those have been really cool.
Yeah,
they're pretty cool. Write a lot of songs. Did something with Magnum or 5-0 about a week ago.
So I am so infinitely jealous of you. I love Magnum PI so much. Anyway,
don't know when Magnum's gonna be coming back, dude. But
no idea. But hey,
you see no beard and no mohawk, then I'm working. So
let's see. Yeah, okay, that's a good litmus test.
Yeah, man. Other than that, just lots of nothing. Just watching Netflix and TV, trying to catch flies with chopsticks. Yep.
So what kind of shows then have you been watching? Because I've been trying to, I don't know, I've been like deep diving on so many things and shows that I wouldn't even have thought about. I just rediscovered, thanks to my girlfriend, she introduced me to Warehouse 13 from the Sci-Fi Channel.
Wow.
That was legit good.
Yeah.
We just finished it earlier today. So
nice.
I remember
that.
I think in the beginning of this quarantine, thank God for Tiger King.
Oh yeah.
I think 2 minutes.
That feels like so long ago.
It does.
No, you're right. It does.
It does.
Back when we all actually give a crap about Joe Exotic and everything, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
I long for those simpler days.
And there's supposed to be a made-to-TV movie about this?
No. I hope not.
I believe there is. Nicolas Cage.
What could ever top the real story? Like, it's just...
Yeah.
Actually, finding Carol Baskin's husband. That would be to me the closure of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like not finding him, but like
What
somehow
happened?
linking everything
Yeah.
to a conclusion. To me, that would be the closing chapter of it.
Yeah.
And then we don't have to worry about, Aladdin 3, Return of Jafar, or whatever it is. that was straight to DVD.
Straight to
Home
DVD.
thing.
Lion King 1.5.
Straight to VHS. Yeah.
Little Mermaid, the prequel. Little Mermaid, the 9th sequel. Come on.
Yeah. Land Before
How
Time
many
27.
Yeah, you know, right.
Every experiment that led up to Lilo and Stitch, 66.
Yeah. Fast and the Furious 22, you know.
I saw an article. I don't know if it was a joke, but I don't think it was, where they were saying, you know, in Fast and Furious 9, they might go into space.
Oh, I was like, what the heck?
That whole franchise is so goddamn ridiculous. If you ever go back and look at the first movie, look at what they're stealing.
Yeah.
Like these things they steal from the back of a car. It's like a DVD player and a
DVD player,
television or something.
Now they're like robbing countries.
Yeah.
Stealing military equipment.
It's like, what do we gotta steal? Dubai.
They got a sub.
Oh man, that's what it was.
Oh yeah,
I want to see
right.
a submarine launch. If they can do that, then I'll be back in with the Fast and Furious franchise. But honestly, this is what I'm waiting for.
Oh, Bill and Ted?
Bill and Ted 3. Oh my God. Face the Music. It looks so good.
Yes.
That one's coming out. When did I see that up? August 28th.
Yes.
Wow, that's really soon.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure if it's theater or if they're doing. I think they're doing VOD. But I think they're doing VOD.
Okay.
So, by the way, I didn't even look. Is it on Netflix or something? Hulu? The original, like, excellent.
I'm not even sure.
Excellent Adventure, Bogus Journey.
I don't think
somewhere. I've got a Fire Stick, and if you just do a general search, I found it. But
okay, yeah. Okay.
It's not on Netflix, though. Yeah.
I think it bothers me. I wish the movies would just stay wherever they're going to stay on the streaming platform.
Right.
I am sick of chasing them. Like, I want to just know that I can always go to the same place to find Big Trouble in Little China. Because I need to keep rewatching that movie.
Yes. We need to know Jack Burton. You know, what would he do? God.
Hollow F it.
Jack Burton.
Disney's making it easier because of all the stuff that they bought. You just be like, is this a mouse or no? And then, like, go somewhere else, kind of thing. Like, the last thing I would have thought when they first announced, like, oh, Disney is going to create their own streaming platform is seeing The Simpsons on it. Like, that would have never crossed my mind ever when they announced a Disney streaming platform.
And they recently just got all the rights to Aliens and Predator.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is that going to show up on Disney Plus? Please.
Right?
Well, because now it's like, I think because of they promised everybody Marvel, and that kind of just went, they're like, oh, what do we got to do to bring everybody back? Because all their Marvel stuff is out the window.
Not entirely. They do have releases for a couple of things, but it's now on pause. It's definitely
everything's so delayed. It's like, oh, well, what are we going to do? Okay, we give you Hamilton, and I'm not going to knock you. Hamilton is badass, by the way. But
I was so worried that I wasn't going to like that based on the hype that everybody had, and I watched it unabashedly crying by the end of it. Like, that was good.
I don't even know what Hamilton is.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
This is you
gotta watch it, man.
It's
really good
and learn something.
It's actually good.
You don't,
If history was taught that way, I probably would have aced it.
Yeah, all of us would have done so much better.
But here's the trick, and maybe this was just me and so long in radio that my hearing is crap. Turn on the subtitles.
Yep.
Turn on the subtitles.
Exactly.
Read that shit because you're never going to catch up with it all if you're just trying to listen.
So, I mean, I actually like Hamilton legitimately is a completely separate breed of Broadway musicals, which I kind of hope like more people kind of maybe tail in that direction to broaden the audience. But traditionally, like with musicals, like when I was growing up, there was a family I would carpool with, and the kids were in like Hawaii, Diamond Head Theater productions and stuff. So they had like typical, like when you think of musicals, like
Phantom.
Yeah, we'd listen to Phantom, and but the kids would be in like King and I, right? Like there would be
like children, so probably a lot of Madame Butterfly and
sure.
The Fiddler on the Roof.
Rent, right?
Was Rent? No. Yeah, no Rent. But anyway.
Book of Mormons.
So, like, like,
See, yes, Book of Mormon. That was
See,
literally the funniest thing I've ever seen live in person. It was so good.
But like with musicals, like part of it, aside from the theatrics that you're seeing, is understanding all of the double entendres and like hidden jokes and whatever.
Yeah.
So I always tell people, like, regardless of whether it is something that's Hamilton, which they do go into a very fast cadence of performing, just listen to it. It may not make sense in your head as you're going through it, but you'll kind of at least be familiar with the words and be like, okay. And so you can actually concentrate on like what's going on in front of you, kind of thing.
Right.
So whenever I can, like I tell people, like even if it's not like Hamilton and you're going to go to a musical, try and get a copy of the soundtrack, start listening to it first, because otherwise, there's no subtitles you can turn on, unlike on Netflix, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shawn, if you haven't seen it, it's worth it. I think it's worth it.
It's very much.
It's very important.
And honestly, if that's now that you bring it up, I really wish one of the streaming platforms would have a good filmed version of a Book of Mormon, because oh my God, that was so funny. So crass.
Where did we see it? I saw Book of Mormon.
I saw that one when it came to the Blaisdell.
Right.
And it was amazing because I went there, like I was sitting there with a friend of mine, and it was like before you got in, there was the cafeteria, like the cafe outside,
outside,
And normally they say, okay, there's like a 1 drink or 2 drink maximum.
Yes.
This place was like there's a 2 drink minimum. And like we were like, really? Okay, this is gonna be great. We walk in, and the first thing we see is a sign that says there will be lights and smoke effects, and it was over a seizure resuscitation booth. And I was like, this is gonna be the greatest musical I've ever seen in my life, and it was.
Wow. I did
awesome.
not. I thought you were going to go in a different direction, that there were actual Mormons outside in the waiting area.
That happened.
Because that was true, too. I thought that's where you were going. Completely.
That is what happened. As I walked out, and I have had some bad experiences with Mormons before, like bad experiences with some Mormons. And but I walked out, and one of the guys, elder, whatever, I don't know.
Yes.
He puts the book in my face, and he just says, "Would you like a prop from the show?" And I was like, that's so funny, and I took it. And then I walked away, and I was like, set it down, and left. I'm going to make you feel like you did something, but no.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you know what? I got to say, like, I think that as much as, I'm sure the whole thing in and of itself is pretty blasphemous of the religion, that they're smart to, like, kind of capitalize on that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Subtly throw in their business card in the prop from the movie or the musical kind of thing. I happened to be able to catch it in the mainland before it came here. I was on like a work trip over a weekend, and wherever I was at had it, and I was like, oh, I need to, everybody raves about this, I need to go check it out. And obviously, when you're one person by yourself, there's tickets day of for like a matinee for a lot cheaper, right?
Right.
So I'm sitting here watching this thing go on, and I'm like, oh, this thing is the greatest thing ever, right? And also you get Eagle Y and blah blah blah, right? And intermission happens, and I got in like kind of right before when the lights were coming down. Lights come up, right? Intermission, and I look around and I'm like, holy hell, I've brought down the median age in here by about like 25 years. Like, all of these people look like they're legitimate, like, season ticket holders where, the family name is on that seat and what have you, right? And in my head, I'm thinking like, oh my God, these people are walking outside for a smoke break and will never come back for the rest of this. Like that's how, kind of offensive it is, right? Like if you're not like men of the prayer, but I mean, obviously it's actually funny because it shows me they all came back and sat down and whatever, had a great time. So when I heard it was coming to Blaisdell, I was like, oh, okay, cool, right on. And I think, I didn't get a hookup from the station or anything, but the station was promoting it. And like they were saying, hey, group ticket sales are going to go on first because they want to try and fill, as much space as possible and then sell the 1s and 2s and whatever's in between. I was telling my friends and my family so much about it. I ended up with like a 35 head group package
Oh.
of
Damn.
tickets because, and this was the best thing ever. I sat behind my parents watching this thing. I took like actually Brandon and his girlfriend came, a couple radio people. I think Mandy
Yeah.
came. Like I was like, Mandy, I'm buying group tickets so we can make like for sure get tickets. Are you in? She's like, I am so down, you know. And who else? There's a bunch of other people that I bought tickets for, and yeah, everybody had a fantastic time. And yes, it was just the best thing watching my parents crack up over Book of Mormon in front of me. Like I purposely sat behind
Just to get
so
the
I
rap.
didn't have to be awkwardly sitting next to them.
Yeah, you definitely want to like look.
Maggots in my
If we
scrotum,
don't have to
you know?
meet eyes or realize that our shoulders are touching at any point, we'll make it through this.
Yeah, right. That was awesome. And then, sorry, secondarily, I gotta throw out shout out for O-Dog and 9th Ave Rock Grill, where he's probably working right now.
Yeah.
And busting ass and making sure that bar stays alive. If you can and you dig karaoke, you definitely need to try and go down there and experience it. It's not like karaoke where you sing in a room. It's very much the local style, you know, bar out in the club, you know, or out in the bar. There's no private area.
Mm-hmm.
But because of O-Dog, I swear he has literally the best karaoke library I have ever seen in my life. And as a quick snippet of how deep his library goes, there is at least 4 Lonely Island songs in the library. So I've sung Dick in a Box there, Jack Sparrow. I Just Had Sex.
Yeah.
And I'm on a boat. But I'm on a boat is like a given, like crazy karaoke.
Yeah, you gotta have that. Yeah.
So literally like the deep cut ones, you know, and he has
Jack
like
Sparrow.
I'll specifically go there because I'm like, yo, he has a deep like Weird Al library. Or when I went with my friends who are into like musical stuff, the husband and wife, they sang Asadiga Ibawai full like top of the lungs singing the whole way through, Maggots in My Scrotum. And it, like I was dying and they're dying and we're laughing, and then the song ends and then we're just like laughing and we're like having a great time. And I'm like, I look around and like everyone's like, what the hell did we just listen to? Because I'm sure nobody in there had seen Book of Mormon at that time.
Yeah, I something similar. Like a friend of mine was just like, dude, help me make this party fun. And I was like, oh God, this is going to end poorly. So we're at this karaoke club, and he's like, okay, sing a duet with me. And I was like, who's in the duet? It's like, it's just this guy and this girl part. And I was like, can I at least be the guy?
Guy
like,
part? Yeah.
No. And I go, yes. That. And so he's like, oh, fine. So he does it, and it turns out it was Avenue Q, The Internet is for Porn. Which is a great song. Because it's Avenue Q, if you don't know, it's like a Muppet show, but adults. And so it's this girl who's like, the internet is really, really great. And then this Cookie Monster type of character goes, for porn. And that was my part. It's like, me spend all night just hugging me horn to porn. And it's like, it's me at full volume doing Cookie Monster voice at a karaoke club. And it was awesome. Because, everybody else was just like,
what the hell?
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got one more karaoke story I could share that I absolutely love. For a different friend's birthday, we go to this place, and every song, like you get the occasional like pop punk song, but every song was hip hop, R&B, and all of that stuff. And I'm sitting there, and I was like, and I look around, and I'm, not for nothing, but I'm just like, I'm the only white dude here. And then like my friend's husband shows up, and he's the other white dude, and so we're just like, okay, and whatever. So it's like, hip hop, R&B, Hawaiian, hip hop, R&B, Hawaiian, hip hop, R&B, and so it's like, okay, cool. And then I'm just like, I'm looking through the book, and I'm like, I can't sing anything really. I can do I can do one hip hop song, but whatever. And so I'm just like, I
want to hear what that is afterwards.
I need to show. I need to throw a monkey wrench into this because I think it'll be funny.
Right, yeah.
So I lean over to my friend and I'm like, see that number that's coming up? That's like that's 077775, and he's like, yeah. And I was like, all right, we're gonna bring this party to a halt. And he goes,
yes.
Oh shit, what did you do, man? I was like, no, I think you'll appreciate it. And so it just like it's all of like just the most hardcore stuff going on, and then it gets to mine and it's like, bow, 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 bow. I don't like country music, but everybody, and this is my theory, that there are certain ethnicities out there. If you play a song, you instantly know the words. And like for white folk, like on that list is like "Life Is a Highway." You know,
living on a prayer.
Living on a prayer. Most of Journey's catalog, which is something we share with the Filipinos now, like all of that kind of stuff. And then this song, I was like, "Blame it all on my roots. I walked in boots and ruined your and I was like, and I can't sing, obviously. For the life of me, I do this loud, twangy version of Friends in Low Places. And everybody is just, the room just drops 10 degrees in temperature, and it just daggers the whole time.
Until the chorus comes on, right?
Beautiful.
Everybody
I got friends. And I force a couple of people to sing, and they're like, I hate that I know that. Oh my God. Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, wait. Before we move off of this, what is the hip hop song you know? I gotta know.
Oh God, Humpty Dance.
Yay!
I can do a wicked version of Humpty Dance.
Oh, so you once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. Okay.
Is what we're saying.
All right, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image of the style that you're used to. I look funny. But y'all making money, see? So, yo, world, I hope you're ready for me, and I got around. I'm the new fool. Anyway, I can keep going. Yeah.
That's on the list.
I tried to do that once, and, like, they took it off the freaking menu.
Oh, the list?
Yeah, they took it off the list. It bummed me out.
You know who you need to talk to?
I would happily do that one.
You got to talk to O-Dog about that.
Oh, yeah. He's got it. He's like, which version? Yeah, I'm sure. You want the 5-minute one or the radio shortened version? Like,
That sounds like a good outing.
We should do that. That should be an ALTcast. Let's do a karaoke thing.
Karaoke
things are open and possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
And then going back to country though, I swear, though it's like you people will knock country, but as soon as you start Tennessee whiskey, everybody, right? I'm sorry, but that's like the unofficial anthem out here in the islands now. And I'm like, I don't like country, but I'm playing some Tennessee whiskey. I'm like, what? Everybody's on Tennessee whiskey. Everybody on strawberry wine. I'm like, oh lordy.
When I had gigs,
right.
Look, like, do you know Tennessee whiskey? It was like,
thank you.
I would just straight up say no. I don't know that song.
I'm sorry.
Wait, I probably listened to it coming to this restaurant. Probably. How come you got to hear it live? You know? So
if you don't have Tennessee whiskey, you got Neon Moon, bro. You can play some Neon Moon on
Okay, I gotta ask, like, what are the songs as a live music aficionado? Such as yourself, Shawn. What are some of the songs that you are just like absolutely sick of performing because you kind of got to play to the crowd? And then what are the songs you're sick of that you get requested of and you're like, hell no?
All the time.
I honestly, the songs that I pick, I play because I like it. You know, like, I've never heard anybody play Queens of the Stone Age, Go With the Flow, acoustic version. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I played that. Brown Eyed Girl kind of gets to me a little bit.
That's what I was going to bring up. Because Brown Eyed Girl and then was it Jason Mraz? Like those two.
Yeah, I'm yours a little bit. Yeah. I used to play at Margaritaville for about a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking, do I have to play a Jimmy Buffett song?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that's, you know, I don't know if you noticed it, but it was at the last line of the contract that I don't think I just glossed over it that every hour.
So Jimmy Buffett song.
I play wholeheartedly. I play wholeheartedly every gig. And whenever somebody
That's how it should be.
be like, okay, can you play Margaritaville? So I'm like, all right, half-assing it. And I even say before, I got requested the song.
It's not on my playlist. It was on the
The
set.
equivalent of
doing it
not
because
my fault.
This Caucasian man asked me.
The gentleman
if,
right there.
and if you are
I'm not even
unfamiliar with the
into it.
term pay to play, but this is what's happening right now.
Exactly. So I'm like, where's where Margarita? So I'm like, I'm not even.
Oh, you don't need to. They're singing at the table.
Yeah.
You just need to hit a couple of the right notes, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. There's certain songs like that are just based on the people. Where if you just do like, again, you start the Journey song, you don't have to finish.
Right. And then you just keep pointing the mic outwards, and then you just kind of just go through it.
Yeah.
Which I think is what most musicians do these days anyway.
Especially when you're live
actual
too, right? Yeah, like people. I mean, I guess I kind of see it where it's like, oh, you want to make people feel like they're part of the concert. But I'm like, no. I paid to hear you sing, not the collective sing.
Right.
Summer Over the Rainbow is kind of like that, but I like it because like sometimes I'll be playing and then I'll see a couple up there and their wedding song or whatever. When they arm around each other, they kiss. I was like, oh, I've done my job because I know that they're gonna put their arm around each other, walk back to their hotel room, have hot loving relations, and be like, oh, remember that one Hawaiian guy that sang Over the Rainbow song?
Got us in the mood, right?
What was his name? Sean. We're gonna name my son Sean. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. 9 months later, bam.
We named our son after that musician. Yeah.
Life is good.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm always amazed by some of the transitions that happen at live gigs where it's just like you're playing a song that probably has no business being an acoustic version, and they haven't quite perfected it, and it's just like all right, 3 minutes. All right, I'm gonna just focus on my chips and salsa right now.
Let me just tune out for the next.
Yeah, it's like so. It's like, all right. Collectively, can the table start breathing really loudly and come up with a conversation topic, please? I'm just wondering, like, how much of that is from them going, I feel experimental tonight, and how much of it is just like, well, that guy slipped me a 5, so here we go.
Exactly. Yes. Lincoln, we had the gentleman, the Caucasian gentleman, Abraham Lincoln, request to sing.
Yeah.
And by the way, despite the monumental and groundbreaking and significant contribution, President Mr. Abraham Lincoln contributed, I believe, Mr. Andrew Jackson makes a louder request every time.
Mr. Franklin, though. Mr. Franklin. Loudly, though.
If Franklin ever shows up, then
Mr. Franklin, he's very loud. He will.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
I am the key on his kite if Franklin shows up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Mr. Franklin.
Anything with a 1 or a 0 or a 0.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to play Jimmy Buffett then.
Oh my God, that just takes me back more Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton.
Hamilton, yeah.
Do you remember? It was before. I think it was before Lonely Island, but it was the Chronicles of Narnia on the Saturday Night Live skit where it was.
We spoke the Chronic. What goes of
Narnia? The Chronic. What goes of Narnia? Because there's a line from that, and he's like, "You'll think I'm Aaron Burr the way I'm smoking Hamiltons," and he just holds up that 10 because he's like dropping it on a Twizzler at the movie theater. Like, oh my God, it's funny. Go back and check that out if you haven't seen that. Yeah.
All right.
The Chronic. What goes of Narnia? Oh man. All right. So what else has been going on with you guys? Anything? Have you been do you follow the news, or are you just like, are you guys like zoned out now?
Follow the news to a point. Well, because it's important for at least my day job. I have to kind of see what's going on, make sure, but at the same time, I'm like I said, I'm like everybody else. I'm zoning out on my Netflix, probably, or Disney Plus, really, or whatever. Playing a lot of video games. I'm not gonna lie. I should be more productive. I'm playing a lot of video games.
Hey, don't let anyone, like all those people that make money off of a Twitch stream, video games are very productive. Just put a camera on yourself while you do it.
But yeah, no.
Have you guys like? I have been trying to get out of the house from time to time because I am going a little stir crazy, and it just becomes this like I'm not getting out and wandering amongst the people, but just like say go out for a drive, and it absolutely floors me when I'll go to like the Safeway because I have to pick up groceries. Go out to a grocery store, I'll pick everything up, and everybody's wearing masks, and they're not obeying the one-way aisles, but they're largely doing okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But then I'll do something like I won't get out of my car, and I won't even roll down my windows, but I'll drive through like Ala Moana Beach Park, and no one's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Everybody is right on top of each other. Like what happens at the beach stays at the beach. I don't know what's going on there. They're like, I don't want a tan line of mask. I don't know what their thought process is, but it's like, everybody's saying, oh, maybe it's like the protests, or maybe it's because too much stuff is opening up. Maybe it's those things, like small contributory parts, but everybody's wearing a mask when I drove by the protest. Everybody's wearing a mask when if I've had to walk through any kind of shopping establishment. It's at the beach where everyone's just like, oh, isn't it fun playing volleyball again? Oh. Like,
no.
Yeah. I cringe now when a movie comes on, or television, any show obviously made before the quarantine, where people are standing real close to each other, talking all in their faces, shaking hands and stuff. I'm like, yeah, are we watching a horror movie? I don't know what to deal with it anymore.
Because nobody cares. Nobody cares. They give them a little leeway. Give the people a little leeway, and then we don't have to take.
Oh yeah.
For a couple weeks, you get the little blip on the phone. So, our cases are at 902 or something, and like for a joke, I'm not even joking, but like I was like, come on, Hoy, let's get to 1,000. Let's do it.
Haven't we beaten that by like 200 now or some shit?
Everybody else is doing it. Let's do it, you dummies. It's just, and then we got to 1,000. I'm like, oh.
Now, Shawn, if only you could use those powers for good.
Yeah.
I know.
So if you could if you could start posting like, oh, if only ALTcast could get a sponsor. Sponsored
by money.
If we can get 5 listeners, 5 listeners, guys.
Today's episode is brought to you by Cash. Cash is great.
Cash money.
Actually, I was gonna say, Shawn, you're laughing at that. Using your powers for good was actually really timely because your head bowed out, and it was just use those powers for good, and then it spoke out.
Wow,
there's just this omen lingering over us now. Why do you do this?
ALTcast, sponsored by Jello. JELLO.
Oh man.
Wouldn't you like the pudding pops?
Would you like some pudding pops right now?
But yeah, I just, like all of the news when I look at the whole, 42 cases in a single day and all of that. There's a part of me that gets more scared, obviously, and then a part of me that's just like, yesterday I had to do another grocery store run, so we were out, and I'm driving home, and there's just plenty of people walking around in various spots and no masks. So I was just like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. So I was like, I'm gonna lean into being a cranky old man. Rolled down my window, drove by, and was just like, wear a mask! Wear a mask! Like, just tired of dealing with you people.
So wait.
Like, I'm one of the immunocompromised. Aaron. That's why I'm shouting from behind this window with a mask.
It goes back up. Right? No.
It's not fornicating out there.
Yeah, they come out here and say that to me, and I'm like, no.
Y'all, let's see your hippity hop out there. Wear a mask.
So, I was on Facebook, and one of my classmates lives in San Diego, and she's out with her walking her dog, right? And same thing, like, she's wearing a mask. She's trying to be, like conscious about, and then staying away from other people as she's walking the dog through the thing or whatever. And, oh no, I'm sorry. She was like by her, like in a open field, whatever. So she wasn't wearing a mask. Like there was more than sufficient social distancing going on, right?
Somebody yelled at her.
Yeah, no. And so it's funny because here, what
It
actually
wasn't
happened
me, I
was,
swear to God. I haven't driven through
It
opium
wasn't Haz-Matt.
in a long time, I promise.
but it would have been totally applicable because she's walking with a dog and she like inhales a bug
Oh.
and she starts hacking, and then somebody across the way goes, "Stay at home," because she inhaled the bug, and all
Oh.
somebody sees is her hacking up a lung.
Because of
Well,
a
hey,
bug.
in her head, just tell her, think they're talking to the bug. Bug should have stayed
Yeah,
home.
yeah.
You wouldn't
No,
Stay home, bug.
that's his problem. Yeah.
Stay home, bug.
Hey,
What
bug,
you doing?
bruh.
Stay
Bruh,
home.
step on the news, bug. Where's your mask, bug?
Oh man.
Hey, I do want to say this just because I think it's hilarious. I have to do my check-ins with the state of Florida every now and then,
Okay,
especially
sure, of
from the
course.
show.
Yeah.
I wish this was funny, but instead, I just want to tell you that in the county where the city of Miami is located,
Okay.
33.5% positive test ratings.
Oh.
1 out of every 3 people in Miami have got it.
Oh.
And that's, I'm not laughing at them. I'm just like, Florida gonna Florida.
Yeah.
And it just absolutely unnerves me that people are just like, every time you see one of those Karens that get videotaped in a Whole Foods going, "How dare you step on my liberties," and whatnot. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happened.
yeah.
I was gonna say liver for some reason.
Liberty.
How dare you
You're stepping on my livers.
Why are you stepping on my
Livers and onions. What's for dinner?
Florida people just can't catch a break. They get hurricanes and they,
Yep.
Yep.
you know, all these diseases. and all
Taking a
that.
step back, do you suppose it's something karmic where they're being meted out justice of some kind for passing? No.
Hell yes.
But Florida got Disney World. Can't front.
Yeah.
Oh, that's been my
Oh.
favorite meme going around right now. The new Disney World commercial about how they're open. And it's, you know, all these people and all the employees, cast members, pardon me, wearing
Yes.
masks. Is like, this is like, come in, blah, 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 blah. And people take that and then get rid of the audio and put in horror movie audio.
Oh no.
So like
and
one
dub it over,
person
yeah.
did it and it was one person did it and it was like
Dude.
the audio from the trailer from Jordan Peele's Us.
Oh,
And there
yeah.
are parts that synced up a little too well.
Well-
And then one person just flat out did all the so it was like dun-dun-dun, like this creepy like ding ding out of tune piano music that played.
Yeah.
And then someone reaches forward and hits the bell on like a, you know, order up kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Hits the bell and it just goes and it goes, and every time it cuts to a cast member with a mask, it just goes, "Stay home! Stay home! It's not safe!" And it's like, look for those videos if you can. They're hysterical.
I will.
They are
That
good.
is
right
awesome.
after this.
Yeah. Yep. Gonna have to do that.
Oh, but this is one of my absolute favorite stories. If I could share this, that popped up on my feed a while back. Customers at a second Vancouver strip club have been exposed to COVID-19.
Second.
There's a lot to
Two
unpack
now.
in that. Second,
We didn't learn from the
Second of all,
first one.
strip
Another
club.
second. Yeah. Second
Yeah.
one.
It's like herpes.
Like, yeah, wouldn't you imagine that, like, depending on the club that you're going to, you're probably already expecting to be exposed to something.
Right.
But this seems like it's
Pink eye. Got it.
especially
Pink
dangerous.
eye. Like,
That sounds like it came from a personal anecdote, 720. Maybe.
no, you know,
Are
there's
you
no.
talking
There was,
about the, you know?
you know, when back in the day, there was no social distancing at Pep Blue. You know what I'm saying? There was. Now it's like
Yeah.
making it rain from like.
You know,
6
that's
feet
what's going to
away.
be. It's like, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's not even going to be ladies. Gentlemen, now taking the main stage, Lysol. And some girl calls herself Lysol's going to get up there. And fellas, now is your time. It's a 2-for-1 dance with Clorox wipes. I bet that's going to happen.
Oh
I
yeah.
bet.
But you,
Is
not
that
even
going
paying
too
with-
far that in
not paying
that
with
story
dollars.
and in that club, Lysol is a Filipino chick because she goes when it.
Oh,
You went there, not me.
Okay.
You went there, not me. That's fine.
All right. All right.
Like in between sets, you got the janitor guy coming up on stage, wiping everything down. Oh, excuse me.
Entrance is 2 small hand-sized bottles of Purell. That's what it
Right.
costs.
Oh, minimum 2, right? Minimum 2.
Yeah, that's the
clock
2 drink
white
minimum. Is that you have to buy those. That's what cover
Yes.
is. So you have to buy
Yep.
2 hand sanitizers if you go in.
Always wear the mask in the champagne room. You know what I mean?
Yes.
All mask in the champagne room, guys. Remember that?
Oh,
That
there is no
new normal.
Rona. There is no Rona in the champagne room.
No Rona in the champagne.
Nice. Yes.
No Rona in the champagne room. Gemini, you're gonna get
Ain't
Rona
nobody
twice.
needs to die because somebody scuffed your Pumas.
Leo, you're gonna get Rona. Pisces, you're gonna get Rona.
Oh man.
I wish the dog was here.
Oh, me
Sorry,
too.
wait a
Me
second.
too.
Did you finish your thought about the strip club?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Did we?
Did we? I think we're
I
good.
don't know.
I think we're
Sorry,
good.
I
think we're
completely forgot. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Okay, just checking.
But with that,
What's going on? Where you're like, please continue describing this fictional sanitization strip club.
Please do. Please continue.
Sorry, like, I just want to make sure we didn't cut you
I've
off.
been locked too long in this room with this boy band. If you could just tell me about the sanitization strip club, that would be great.
Oh,
Kill
Lord.
2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh shoot! But with that, I gotta start heading
You're
out.
all
guys.
wrestling.
Okay, yeah, you know what?
Alrighty.
Let's wrap this all up. Episode
Okay.
2 of the ALTcast. Next time, we're going to force O-Dog to get on here, even if we got to
Yes.
go down to his bar and make him
Go
do that.
down to 9th Ave.
Yeah.
I second
let's
that.
do
With our
that.
masks on, obviously.
Yes, and
Yes.
masks on, social distancing, all that good stuff, and of course,
Or
if
Phono
you
Pro.
are, here in Honolulu, if you're looking for something just off not one of the usual haunts for food delivery, check out their
Not
menu.
bad.
They post that
Yes.
up, and it looks amazing.
Yes.
I haven't been able to get it yet, but it
Every
looks
week.
Yeah.
Every day. I think Renee has some concoction going on.
Special. No.
all right.
Yeah, if you
well,
want to pick up dinner on
that
the
is
way
our
home.
free commercial for them.
Yep.
There you go.
Done
Yes.
with it. All right. So
Cut.
for the ALTcast, we will see you next time. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Later.
Late. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
And there you have it. Episode 2 of the ALTcast is in the books or on the internets or however you want to put it. So make sure to stick around. Episode 3 coming up. If you happen to miss episode 1, I don't know how, but make sure to follow us. Check that one out as well. And yeah, like, subscribe, all that YouTube sellout stuff. We'll see you next time.